it appears we are live. So, welcome to the next session of Evatoria. Where we left off last session was you guys fought some guy who was holding some young teenage sorcerers in some sort of trance.
A pervert, yes.
Anyway, your beloved
We
cleric.
termed him a petrophile.
Jesus Christ. This is live. I hope you guys are aware. This is on the YouTube right now.
Virginia, this is an excellent way to start.
That your beloved cleric got feeble-minded. Then Astaria hopped on her broom after the fight to run off to. She said she had a plan. You guys started looking around at like the body and the loot. And then Leo found a potion and gave it to Flux, bringing him back. And then you guys saw a large silver dragon ascend from the jungle and fly away. Catabasis, when you messaged Astaria that there was a cure for the feeble mind, she replies in the quick message stone to you, saying that she still has this idea she wants to go do, and that she's going to leave some stuff with her aunt for you guys, and she'll keep you updated with everything she figures out.
Okay. Catabasis would relay that to the party. Sorry, taking a sec to get back in character here. He has a look at the stone, kind of, he's like, alright. And then he just kind of turns to the others once everyone's more or less situated. Astaria's got something in mind she's going to be doing for a while. She's left some stuff for us with her aunt that should help us along the way, and as she discovers things, she'll let us know.
So, as you were saying that, Leo gets this very strange look on his face, and he grabs the side of his head with his hands, and he seems to be nodding along to something, and then he looks to everybody, and specifically to Flux and then to Catabasis, and he says, "Hey, I just got a message. I have to go do some god shit, cult shit. We all know how it goes. I'm gonna use the stone and keep you all posted. Message me about anything at all. But I have to go. This is Flux. We figured something out. I have to go." And with that, he reaches into his bag and he grabs out the book that you all have seen him pull out, knowing the Nolone book, and he opens it and he seems to be sucked in, and the book closes and poofs into a smoke ring of the symbol of Nolone.
Should we
I
be
swear,
casting
if that happens to anyone else, I will have problems.
Well, I mean, mine kind of does the same thing, except it's not as ominous.
Not giving me a vote of confidence with that.
I mean, it looks like a door, so I mean, it's better than a puff of smoke in the symbol of a mad god. But to each their own.
I tend to prefer not to be teleported around at random without my own choice, but
I feel like
we'll
you're
see
in the
what
wrong
happens.
group then.
I got that feeling shortly after I arrived when we went and raided the basement of a church.
Yeah, we've been teleported like, what, 5 times now?
And I'm still getting the hang of it.
So are we going to ignore the dragon that flew away?
one thing
Well,
at a
it's not
time.
like we can exactly go do anything about it, is there?
Well, I mean, it flew away, so I mean,
Let's just accept there was a dragon and make sure who we do have here at the moment is okay. Namely, those ones, and he points at the kids, and that one, and he points at Reyna. And whoever else is probably unpetrified at this point and trying to figure out where the hell they are.
Seeing as how the doctor is gone at the moment, I'm going to go and check on the kids.
Yeah, I'll join him.
I'll go see if I can round up the people in the forest without freaking them out too much.
Just don't make any portals and you'll be fine.
No promises.
That's what I was afraid of.
Nothing to be afraid of.
I question that statement,
I would too.
but I'll question it later when we don't have him.
So, I'm going to actually have us do Flux and Sasha first with the kids, and then we will jump to Panama. So,
Okay.
you two walk up to the four kids who are mostly standing very close to the well, almost still surrounding it. One of them had moved closer, but otherwise they're still around this well. What do you do?
Are they visibly hurt in any way?
Besides the damage that you guys saw, like the Eldritch Blast and any other damage from the fight, which was very minimal, they seem to be okay. Just unconscious.
Okay.
This is-
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask Sasha, do you think this is worth like a medicine check just to see if this is like anything that's like magical, like hitting them? Because they did just kind of like drop as soon as that guy died.
I think it's worth it. I can also lay on hands, just like a divine good berry. Poof.
That's true. Well, what is it? When you do like 5 points, doesn't it like gets rid of a status effect or something like that?
Excellent question. Yes. Cure a disease or neutralize a poison.
Okay, we can try that, and then I've got one more slot for lesser restoration if that doesn't work.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna poof them each with 5 hit points to see if it wakes them up.
Alright, so you're not
Wait,
medicine checking, you're just gonna go poof, 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 poof.
I think Sasha's gonna lay on hands while I medicine check.
Alright, can I get that medicine check first?
25.
Yeah.
So besides the injuries that they've sustained from the fight with you guys, besides seeming to be a little bit dehydrated and malnourished slightly, they seem to be in good health. And as Sasha is laying on hands them, all four of them slowly seem to flutter their eyes open. And they look very terrified.
Flux is just gonna sit down in front of them.
So I'm just reminding you guys, there's an Aasimar, the half-elf, the tiefling, and the triton, and their images were posted in the NPC chat info, I believe. Yes. So you sit down. Sorry.
Yeah, I sit. Oh no, you're good. I sit down and I say, "Are you feeling all right?"
So they all kind of look back and forth at each other, and seem to look at you, look at the group, and then the Triton, she speaks up and she's like, we're fine. Where are we?
Did we find out like what the settlement that we were just at? Do we know what that place is called?
Settlement? You mean Tortuga?
Is it just? I thought the island was Tortuga.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
all
Is it like?
Tortuga.
Okay, so it's Tortuga.
It's just Tortuga.
Okay.
New York City, New York.
Yeah. New York.
Listen, if you guys remember from Campaign 1, crap, I didn't even have that island named. You guys just threw that at me.
It was a
we
pirate
kinda
island,
threw-
you know?
We threw Tortuga as a joke, and it became canon.
So,
So you're saying it's our fault
yes.
that we have no one but ourselves to blame?
Exactly.
Okay, fair.
Flux will explain that they're like a couple hours outside of Tortuga.
Do they look surprised or shocked or like, wow, this is so far from home, how did I ever get here?
They are looking back and forth at each other. They do seem a little bit confused. Before the tiefling speaks up, how did we get here?
You can't answer that.
Who are you?
My name is Flux, and this is my friend Sasha. We came here because people were going missing. Specifically, Sasha's partner was abducted. It appears that all of you were abducted as well. Can I insight check this?
You can certainly insight check.
12.
They seem to be. They seemed to be honest. They appear to be telling the truth, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of deceit. They do seem to be a bit reluctant to talk, and like they're looking at each other to clear before speaking to any of you.
What is what's the last thing that you all remember?
We just stopped at this little island, not the one we're on now. We were heading to the south for on a ship, on a sea ship. Because we heard that they're a little freer with magic and things down there.
And was there a reason you were on the ship? Some reason someone might target you?
The Asimir speaks up and says, well, we're all very naturally gifted with magic. And there are a lot of groups who are interested in that.
And you remember nothing else? Not some attack on the ship, not some power, anything?
I know we stopped at an island, and we all got off the ship for a little bit. And there was somebody playing some sort of music, probably a bard. we were just stretching our legs. And that's all I can remember. The other three are nodding along in agreement. That's pretty much the end of what they remember.
Alright, well, we'll get you cleaned up and get you out of here. Can you stand?
I think so. And they all more or less start standing up.
Okay, cool. No broken bones. We're all healthy, as much as can be expected. Yay!
Thank you?
And if there's anything else that needs healing, talk to Flux here. He can fix up any wounds.
Flux nods at this and goes full chaperone mode and pulls out 2 rations. He only has 2 left, and there's 4 kids, so...
You have
School bus chaperone.
You have a
Yep,
druid.
This does not cross his mind, as he's not seen Cat produce good berries, so he just passes out rations.
Alright. So, they split the rations between the 4 of them and all kind of mumble thanks at you. And with that, I'm gonna shift over to Panama for a moment. If he wants to have a scene. Does Panama want a scene?
Well, I mean, that's normally why I join in D&D, but,
Listen, I don't know why you're here. We haven't had a discussion about why you D&D. Sorry.
Everyone's so snarky today.
Listen, it's something
Yeah,
is
it's
in
what?
Mercury's in Gatorade or something like that.
I bring it out in people,
Alright.
Anywho.
So you go into the jungle a little bit.
I do.
To find the people.
Uh-huh.
And you end up seeing this one person seeming to gather the others around, trying to make sure everyone's okay. Would you like to describe your character, or do you have an image of them?
Yes, show him to me.
I'm not an artist. I do not have image. But as you kind of approach, see,
Describe him.
is a smaller formed kind of figure, kind of skinny, shorter, coming up from behind. All you see, they got a cloak on. It's kind of, they have the cloak up right now. So basically you see very fine cloak, but it has purple and blues throughout it with like white flecks kind of, and as it kind of moves around, looks like a small snowstorm.
Okay.
I will say both of you can sense the Fae off of each other.
Well, this is making what I was gonna do a lot easier. Is that everyone?
Kind of turns around, but still got the cloak up. You see a small purple eye kind of poking out from behind the cloak. All that I could find, but I don't know if there's more around.
If I remember, I think there was about like 4 or 6 people we passed.
So you do see the amount of people that you passed. Including him. He was one of the people you had passed.
So, out of curiosity from any of y'all, did any of you see that dragon?
I believe most of us were stoned, so I don't remember perceiving anything as well in that state.
That meant the dragon that flew off just recently. It would have been daring the unpetrification.
I did not see anything. I was preoccupied gathering, and he kind of motions towards people. You see kind of like bandages on their arms if they had any scrapes or anything, and kind of like balms and whatnot kind of rubbed on any kind of injuries they may have. I honestly didn't see anything.
Okay, that makes sense. Looking towards the rest of the group.
They all seem to be nodding in unison. One of them does kind of look at you for a moment, and
Yes, I know. I'm missing an arm.
What did you just say? Jesus. And it's a little gnome person, and no, but there's one of the people missing. I saw them when they first took me here. She had the symbol of Praxi on her, but she's gone, and I can't seem to find her.
The symbol of what now?
Praxi, it's a country. It's like just to the south.
Oh. So is everyone okay?
For the most part, they all seem to be a little scraped up, a little malnourished, dehydrated, but not dying.
And where's the sun at in the sky?
It is setting.
Ah. So. Okay. So we should definitely get everyone into some form of cover. All right.
Seems best. I don't know if you have more with you, or we can all go to where you are.
It may not be best to go to exactly where we're at, because as it is out in the open. So, do y'all remember the tunnel you came in from, or were you blindfolded?
It seemed to be a mix between blindfolded and not blindfolded, so some of them do remember.
Okay. All right, then it's best we travel as a group. We're going to travel ahead of a little bit, regroup with everyone, and then we're going to head back to that tunnel to be covered for the night. Everyone can walk well enough, right?
Yep. You do see everyone like just kind of walking back and forth, stretching limbs and stuff. So yeah.
All right, then we're just going to take it nice and slow.
So did you message Catabasis back on the quick message stone? Because Catabasis offered to go get them.
No, that was when we started talking.
Well, are you going to?
Yes.
Are you going to tell Catabasis to meet you with the other people in the cave?
Oh, yeah. So, so yeah, I'll call up Kat, saying like, okay, so regrouped with everyone here. Let's just meet at the cave. Get a solid roof over our head for the night.
Okay. Cat would message back shortly after, like, basically saying he'll go get the others to make sure they at least know what's going on, and that he doesn't mind a good run.
Okay.
So, Catabasis, what do you do?
Well, back at the ranch, I was trying to think of what all he has that moves really that he could turn into that moves really quickly.
A cheetah.
I don't know if he's seen one of those.
A fox.
That could work.
Foxes are pretty fucking
They are,
fast.
yeah, they're fast little boogers. Okay, so B, is Cat allowed to turn into a fox?
Yes.
All right, so with the rest of the group, there's no offering of context. Cat just kind of comes back from moving the body, and after a moment of fidgeting with his message stone, he just suddenly just shape changes. He looks like a common red fox, but oh my word. Okay, Coven, you're tempting me to have him turn into a fennec. No, he turns into. Oh, dang it. Okay, B, what kind of foxes has Cat seen?
All of them. Listen, I love foxes. All of them.
Okay, screw it. Y'all just see him turn into a fennec fox. But instead of the typical cream color, I just heard that squeak. It was adorable. His fur patterning is actually much more akin to the browns and orange and cream colors you'd see on the little shelf-like mushroom funguses that grow on the sides of trees. I think it's called turkey tail. It's a similar coloration pattern to that. And he just doesn't offer any context. He just transforms, glances at the party, and just races off up the path.
Doesn't
no explanation.
None at all. Like we've got no clue.
No, he just transforms and fox zoomies, and he's gone.
Alright. So, Kat, when you do eventually get to the other people who you guys left, I believe chained up? Manacled? Tied up?
Ropes.
I don't
It
know.
was just rope, I think.
What do you say to convince them to come with you?
Oh no! It was the chains, and I lied to them saying, "Hey, these are enchanted, by the way." I did in fact lie to them. They're not enchanted. They're just chains. So if they're still there, they're fucking idiots.
Just give me 1 sec here. I'm just quickly jotting down a note.
Panama lies.
And the grass is green.
Sorry, almost done here.
No problem.
Okay. So, first off, Cat's going to transform back to his normal form before he moves into view of them.
Okay.
He doesn't need them to know he can transform.
Beautiful, okay.
And so as he transforms, it comes into view. Oh, yeah, sorry, I was about to ask, how are they looking?
Yeah. They are seeming to slowly getting each other, like, untied from the manacles. It's been a slow process, as none of them are proficient with lockpicking stuff. So, but they are in the process of unmanacling each other.
Okay. Do any of them notice him right away?
How stealthy is he being?
Well, he's not wearing metal armor, but he's not deliberately being quiet.
And he ran
so
up
they
as
may
a
have
fox,
heard...
so foxes aren't
Yeah.
something they would have noticed. Excuse me. So I'm gonna say they aren't looking at him when he walks up.
Okay. He's gonna be out of arm's reach, and he's just gonna lean against the side of the cave wall, and kind of look them over for a moment, and then he's gonna clear his throat loud enough that he catches their attention.
they all just kind of jerk towards him to try to stop being attacked, thinking they're getting attacked.
You're fine. It's just me. I just came to let you know we got the kids and we got the problem dealt with. Everyone's gonna be coming this way. It's getting dark out. Just letting you know ahead of time that everything's fine now. Problem's been dealt with permanently. And so we're gonna regroup here for the night because it's almost night out, and traveling at night in the ruins and wherever else is not a good idea. The kids are pretty much unharmed, just a few scuffs.
Can we come for the children?
Sure, I don't see why not. But I'd like to ask something first, now that everything's settled, if you don't mind.
You can ask anything you like.
Well, first off, okay, how many of them are actually unchained?
2.
Cat's actually gonna pull a lockpick out of his pocket because he's proficient with thieves' tools. He's gonna say, "Can I help you?"
Yes. Please.
Now that things are civilized. Okay, so he's gonna go to get them unshackled. Do you want me to roll for that or just discuss while it happens? Because if he fails, he's just gonna keep trying.
You can just be talking while you're doing it. I'm not gonna make you roll. Eventually, you'll get it. So.
Okay, we'll do that then. So while he's working on that, he'll just keep talking. Like, so now that things have been settled, do you mind my asking what the general connection is? I'm not gonna ask for personal information. I just want to know at least a little bit more of what's happening. There's not gonna be any charges pressed, and if anyone in my team tries it, I'll make sure they know I said otherwise. All right? Given what happened, I think I've got the most say on that point.
So they kind of look, and then the tiefling woman looks at you and she's like, "We were escorting them someplace, and they got taken, and the only way to keep him from hurting them any farther was to provide assistance to him."
All right. I'm going to hazard a guess based on what I've seen and heard that you're protecting them from a certain group of individuals.
We are protecting them from a lot of different people.
Understandable. They seem to have a lot of raw talent. They'll be alright. Like I said, for the most part, they just seem to be shaken.
Do you know if he took their they had these vials. Do you know if he took them from them?
If he did, we didn't find anything when we searched him.
Hopefully they still have them.
Do you mind my asking what those vials are, or is that a classified item?
I would prefer not to tell you.
That's perfectly fine. Everyone's allowed to have their secrets.
So you start heading with them to the meetup cave, right?
Yep. And the entire time, Kat's gonna make sure that it's very clear where his hands are and that they're not resting on his weapons at all. Okay. He's just making sure that he's not seeming like he's going to turn on them.
Right. in turn, they also keep their weapons away, and, there's a truce between you guys right now.
Yay, armistice!
Alright, so Panama, are you taking that group back to Flux and Reina and Lucky and Sasha and the kids?
Well, no, because I told Kat saying like, hey, just let them know to meet up at the cave.
Cool.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I
That wasn't
did.
even mentioned.
I said let's all meet up at the cave.
And
See, I missed that part.
See, Panama. This is why I'm always like late to stuff, because you think that people tell me stuff, but they don't.
See, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that part of it. So either Kat is sending a very fast text message, or there's going to be a lot of confused people.
I don't think we're just like standing out in the woods, like we're just like, with our fingers up our nose. I think after a cool like 20-25 minutes, Flux like turns to Sasha and says like, we should probably move back to the cave.
Depending on how long it took Kat to get to the other four, we can say he sends like a quick text message after he gets there. Is like, hey, it's getting dark, head to the cave.
A big old shrug from the cleric.
Nobody said Kat was good at communication, okay?
It's okay. I'm just making a joke.
And away
No,
we
that's fine.
go.
Charisma's his lowest.
Alright.
You don't need charisma.
So, you all make your way to the cave with your big group of people. And when the people you first fought that Kat went to collect see the kids, and the kids see them, they're all very happy. There's no hey mom, hey dad. It is all first names, so you know these are not their kids' parents, probably. What do you guys do? You have a large group of people in a very small cave, and some strange guy who hasn't taken his hood down yet.
Looking at that guy. Like, are we allowed to know that one, or what's the deal there?
Dustin.
Sorry, I didn't know that was addressed to you. But I'm kind of hanging back
Sorry.
from everybody,
Yeah,
just observing, kind of trying to mold into the group. So I am also being oblivious to people asking me questions.
Are we deep in the cave, or are we like at the mouth?
I'd say at the mouth.
Okay. Flux is just making a fire.
I will say that once everybody has been collected and the Eurokays and whatnot have been sorted out, first I want Dusty.
Yeah.
I want to know where your character is positioned right now.
Yep.
Like, are you near? Are you near the opening, or are you somewhere else, just in the middle of the crowd? Like, just so I have an idea of what Kat's gonna do.
So, based on the cave design, I'm farther away from the entrance, but with a clean shot to the entrance, kind of just trying not to be as noticed in my very flamboyant cloak.
So I do have a question, Dusty, in relation to that, because you would know this from having been taken and everything. is that there's the entrance that goes out into the jungle, and then there's the entrance that leads into the tunnel that leads back to the little city.
I am splitting the difference between them, just in case I get terrified.
Alright, there you go.
But kind of standing against the wall of the cave with the head down, kind of just looking around.
Brooding.
Does anyone else want to turn to interacting with them, or should I walk up? I just want to make sure that if someone else has an idea, they get to go for it before Cat marches in there and potentially ruins it.
Nah, go for it.
All right. In that case, after Katamus is going to eye the nearest cave opening to him for a moment, and then look back at Mr. I'm trying not to be noticeable, but I'm shiny. And then just kind of move over and lean against the wall near him and glance at him and is like, you do realize that for trying to blend in, you're doing a very poor job of it?
I understand that concept with the cloak, yes. Not necessarily trying
with the hood down.
I highly doubt that.
Believe me, it's a lot easier to lose a face in a crowd when there's not a hood attached.
I would think that, but I don't think you've seen every face in the world.
No, but I've seen my fair share. Look, I've seen a lot of things already. I'm not going to say I'm not going to be surprised by anything. I already learned not to do that. But at this point, I really just don't care.
I honestly don't think my appearance matters much.
Then why hide it?
For my own securities.
Okay, I can respect that. Just, if you're trying to hide, you might want a different cloak.
I agree. I'm not necessarily trying to hide. Just trying to stay out of front view. And as he does that, the kind of cloak shimmers a little bit and goes to more of a cave-like appearance, kind of darker with almost like rock textures through it. I'll keep that in mind. Didn't want to be super stealthy, thinking I'm up to something, so I figured cloak, hide in the back. Maybe not be seen as kind of a threat. There's a lot of people here.
That's fair. Nice cloak. It'll do you well. Do you got a name?
You can call me Val.
Val. Alright then. Cat.
Pleasure. Are there any plans? I don't really like large crowds of people in this.
Hell if I know, I was gonna go sit near the mouth of the cave. I don't like being in caves very long with bunches of people.
I can respect that.
If you're looking for a plan, you'll want to ask that one. And he points to wherever the heck Panama may have been. Or that one. And he points at Flux. And he glances at the group again. He's like, that one? He points out Sasha. Could probably at least have some sort of other information, but she's gonna probably be distracted. Because someone she knew was here.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. By chance, have you seen an herb, very rare, while you were in the jungle?
Can you give me a description beyond an herb? There were a lot of plants.
I don't know how familiar you are with herbs and whatnot, but goes by dream mist for most people.
B, has Cat heard of that?
Roll me nature. Panama, also roll me.
Alright then.
Alright. So with those rolls, no, neither of you recognize that name.
Not familiar with that name. Does it have another that I might know it by?
Maybe, but it's more of a studious term, not as common.
Well, that
So,
scratches me off the list. I never studied.
oh,
I can read.
I assume most can read these days, but
Just
there
wanted
are
to make
a
that
few
clear.
select. Not one to make judgments on somebody on first meet basis.
Smart choice. Saves a lot of fistfights.
But perchance it is called Mordant Vapor. I doubt you've heard of it.
B, what's the odds that Cat would roll for that one?
I will allow both of you to roll again. And if anyone is proficient in poison as well, you can give me an extra. They can give me a roll too.
Just poisoners? What about herbalism? Alchemy?
I will allow it. Aww, I love Sasha and Reina so much. Holy cow.
Oh, I just realized my scores were still over. And give me a second.
I'm just waiting for the last roll. There it is. Okay, wow. So apparently you guys needed the proper term. So, Catabasis, with your... Well, okay, I'll actually start with the lowest one. Flux, with that, you overhearing, you hear this term, and you know that it is used, it is, you know that it's illegal pretty much everywhere, Mr. Cop.
Yeah, the Flex doesn't like. There's no indication that he's like being like wary or anything. But he was like making a fire. But he just like hears the name like through his like mind haze, and he just he's just is watching the conversation now. He doesn't say anything.
And it's found pretty much only in jungles. It's used kind of like either a vapor in hot water or from a tea. It's or the like eating the raw powder, etc. And you just know that it does some sort of poison with your 17. I believe Panama, you had the next highest. You also know that this is something a lot of people in the Feywild like to collect, and they like to mix it with the Fey willow fruit. If you remember, that's the fruit you got for that one person.
Drug.
And Catabasis, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send you the whole little thing about it.
Beautiful.
Because you got a nat 20. Or
that was
not
a
even...
nat 20, but it was very close.
Holy cow, that wasn't a nat 20. Well, it was a nat 19. Jesus.
Yeah.
You get that whole thing for that.
Cat is also a
Beautiful.
druid, so that
Yeah.
nature score is probably high.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's pretty. It's very pretty.
Very lovely. So yeah. With having heard the proper name, you have never heard it referred to as dream mist before, which is probably what messed you up, but you do know the rest of that stuff.
Okay. So Kat thinks for a moment on that one. And then just kind of stares at Val for a few seconds. Like, are you looking for personal interest or to pass it around?
Normally, I would just say personal, but also I know the nature of it, not personal use. See, I have a theory to where herbs, much like humans, are not always all they seem to appear. So, yes, I understand the nature of it is deadly and whatnot, but if you dig deeper, you may find other uses for it.
So you're looking for it for personal study?
Yes, yes.
Well, just be careful how many people you ask about that.
Also wise.
Yes. 'Cause as much as we only just met, I don't want to end up having trouble of various sorts called down on our heads because of a plant.
Agreed. Think of it as an olive branch. You're mistrusting of me. I gave you a little information. I know you may not trust my intentions with such plants, but
Oh, I'm questioning all of it, but I'm not going to share it.
I assure you,
Hey, what
it is
are
not.
what are the odds that cats saw it?
Has Cat been to a jungle-like place before?
He kind of drifted around for 3 years. So he's probably been around. We never really nailed down where he's been. But he was at Redacted.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would have come up with the things he was doing while he was there. So that's up to you.
I would say he has probably seen it in its powder form. Definitely. He would not necessarily have seen the actual plant.
Okay. So he thinks a little bit more. He's like, well, unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's actually unfortunate. I haven't actually seen the plant personally. Not in its most natural state. So even if I did see it out there, I wouldn't know. I'm going to guess that's why, or at least part of why you were out there.
I would say it's the whole reason I was out there.
All right then. He pauses and then kind of looks Val over again and adds very quietly, "Are there any other questionable substances at least one of us should know about in case something bad happens?"
In my experience, all substances are questionable. See,
Well, then I'll
it determines
rephrase.
more on the person who's using it.
I'll rephrase then. Are there any particular substances that may or may not be in your possession that could potentially get us in trouble with people who may or may not be involved in the legal system?
If there were, no one would know about it. Very careful.
Make sure it stays that way.
Simply
For your sake, I hope so.
kind of just shrink down again, look around.
From that point, Cat's gonna go and wander over and sit down in the mouth of the cave and just stare out into the jungle.
Is anyone else doing anything fun and exciting during this ordeal?
The most I'm doing is just sitting down somewhere comfy and eating some rations and catching up with Reyna.
Yeah. Reyna is telling you
Sure.
everything. And wanting to know everything that you've gone through.
Okay, yeah, we chat for a while.
So if you guys are camping here for the night, is anyone taking watch?
Absolutely.
Yep, watch is happening.
So, can I get who's doing watch when?
I'll go first.
Flux is absolutely tuckered. He's gonna take last watch.
As you should.
Cat will do a watch anywhere people need him.
I'm also doing my trance, and then the last I'll be up for whoever's doing last watch and whatnot, keeping an eye out.
So, if you want, you guys also have Lockie is there for, even though the player had to step away, for watch as well. So if your new friend is doing watch, between, if Sasha does watch as well, you guys can pair up and do 2-2-2 and decide who's pairing with who.
Sounds like a good idea.
Like I said, I'll do first.
Yeah, that works.
All right, so who's taking first watch with Panama? Wow.
With the silence,
Don't everyone
with the
jump at
silence,
once.
I was waiting to see if anyone else was going to jump on it. If nobody else is inclined, Cat will, because Cat's not as afraid of Panama as he makes it out to be.
Flux isn't scared of Panama. He's just already asleep.
Yeah, that's true. Probably had to stop you from face firsting into the campfire.
It's okay. We're he's a fire genasi. He's a little bit close.
He is the campfire.
Before
I'll expect the email from HR soon.
How many times do I berate people for making fun of your character Saturday?
It's only one.
Yeah, fair.
And it's my brother of all things.
Before everyone hunkers for long rest set. How many, as a rough number, how many people are in the group now?
Got six. We the 6
20-ish?
civilians.
20?
20-ish.
Okay.
You have the 4
at
kids,
that point,
the 4 adults that were with them.
Mhm.
That's 8. You have the 6 of people that you guys grabbed from the forest, or 5 only, because 1 flew away. So that's 13.
That's 13.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Unless I'm forgetting somebody. Including your group, there should be about 18.
Okay. In that case, Cat is going to cast Goodberry twice and conjure up the full 20 and just hand out a Goodberry to everybody. And if somebody tries to argue, he just puts it like either in their hand, or if they're talking a lot, he just puts it in their mouth and walks away. Like, he is making sure everybody has one.
Flux is like half asleep. When you go to pass him the Goodberry, he almost like grabs it, and like just draws it under the blanket, like he's like holding it.
He's like, eat it, don't sleep with it. And then he just keeps going.
Oh shit, it's food.
He's gonna double back afterwards and tuck Warbles under the blanket beside Flux, and then go to take watch with Panama.
Amazing.
I also pocket my Goodberry and don't eat it.
They're good for like 24 hours, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's like 12 or 24.
The berries lose their potency if they have not been consumed within 24 hours. So yeah, you've got 24 hours to eat that.
I'm thinking in my head, I'm like rolling back. Flux hadn't eaten since that morning, so yeah, he probably eats the Goodberry.
Yeah, everybody is getting one, and if they choose not to eat it and Cat's not looking, that's their problem.
Oh, I get to finally ask the question. What do Cat's Goodberries look like?
Oh, what do they look like? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, dang.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody's Goodberries looks different.
Okay, I need to do a quick Google to make sure I'm remembering this particular thing right. What the heck was it called? Okay, have y'all seen a turban squash before?
No.
Now I need to Google something.
No, I'm getting a picture. Now these obviously are not berries, but they look really cool. So
It's very on brand.
Okay, I'll put it in. I'll put it in the PC intros thing. They're really fascinating looking squash, and according to my grandparents, they have a texture like potatoes.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I love how
there's what his good berries look like. They're just, like blueberry sized.
it's got a little hat.
It's like an acorn.
Yeah, they look like funky little acorn things, and they have 4 nubbies on the bottom, so they look like little mushroom people. They're kind of cute. Yeah, that's what Cat's good berries will look like, is a turban squash, particularly the red and white variety that I posted in the chat. Yeah, everyone gets this funky little berry mushroom looking thing, and I'm gonna say it probably smells like blueberries because that's just what's in my head right now.
I love it. Alright. So, Catabasis and Panama, you guys have first watch?
Yes.
Can I get some perception rolls?
Yes.
That was
Yes.
oddly aggressive, Panama.
I should have gone with my passive because, well, I'm not getting into it.
Okay.
I just need to say I'm going with my passive unless otherwise specified, because it's just safer that way. I have excuses for why Cat didn't do as well, though.
So, as you guys are sitting there with your first watch, you see, you hear people settling down for sleep and everything. You'll notice the 4 teenagers kind of huddle together, kind of nervous about all of the people, kind of also looking like they feel guilty about everything that's gone on. Otherwise, for your bit of the watch, you do notice some natural jungle creatures, come to the edge of the cave and everything, but nothing seems to be aggressive unless you choose to make an aggression towards them. Panama.
Okay, what?
Catabasis didn't roll high enough, so I was just letting you know you're the one. I'm totally not just like calling you out for being
Yeah, totally.
Panama.
Rude.
You do notice though that in the distance there does seem to be, and it doesn't approach, but this kind of strange sort of blue-green hazy fog.
Huh.
But that is off in the distance, on like the edge of what you can see at night. I don't know if you have dark vision.
I have devil sight.
Like I said, it's on the very edge of where you can see. What is that distance on that?
120 feet.
Beautiful, that's where it is.
I moved 10 feet closer to the mouth of the cave.
Ooh, okay. So you see this blue-green haze settling over the jungle off in the distance of the direction that you know that you guys found the kids and that well.
Interesting. Huh. We're gonna put a pin in that one.
Just gonna leave it for now.
We're gonna put a pin in that one.
Alright. Do you guys have any conversations during your little quiet time?
How many people are here again?
About 18, but most of them are sleeping.
And 4 of them. No, wait. three of them. Three of them were the traffickers that was chained up.
There
Or
were
was
four
it four?
traffickers
That was
and
four. It was four.
four kids.
So that's 16. Okay. Then I will merely say to Cat, so do you want to take credit for 16 or 4 of them?
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, judging by how they look, you just saved about 16 lives.
We saved 16 lives. I'm not taking all the credit. Unless you're implying something else.
Referring to the conversation on the beach.
Oh, that one. He thinks for a moment. He just kind of gets an odd look and then just offers a faint, bittersweet smile. Like, oh, I guess that is 16, isn't it?
Unless you prefer the 4 for pointing out the pervert that was controlling them.
Well, it's all part and parcel, isn't it? The 4 were stuck because of him. The others were stuck because of that.
Mm-hmm.
4 here got involved unintentionally. They're tied into it as well. I'll think about it. We'll go from there. It almost feels too easy. Not saving them. The head count.
Well, don't hold your breath just yet for that.
I've learned to not hold my breath over anything that might be exciting or hopeful. There's always strings attached.
Uh-huh. Always.
But perhaps not all strings are terrible. Some are
Depends
just
on what they're
unexpected.
around.
Well, some are just unexpected. You go somewhere for a quiet morning and suddenly there's strings attached or entirely unexpected in welcoming ways. And he just kind of smiles a little bit in a less bittersweet kind of way. What about you? What's your take on all this?
As much as I would have liked to keep the fella alive to figure out what's going on, I doubt he would even answer it. So
Probably not.
the best we can do is just as soon as the sun rises, try and get out of here as quickly as possible.
I'd agree to that. I'd drink to that, but my bird is cuddling Flux.
God damn it, DC.
What?
Wait, is that a what because you didn't hear me, or a what because Panama's confused?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to say that I heard you correctly, but at the same time, I don't think I heard you correctly.
What did you think you heard?
I heard I would drink to that, but my bird is cuddling Flux.
Yeah, you heard that right.
At that, Flux rolls over and you see the kettle bird is like sitting right next to him.
There's a picture of her in the PC intros, Panama. Yeah, it's just smiling because he managed to confuse Panama of all people.
You drink your bird?
She's an artifact. The kettle bird.
Propel, please, before I cough to death.
She makes tea, coffee, cider. It's enjoyable. And she's a good companion.
Oh,
But I can't actually drink anything right now. Nothing that she can provide because she's busy with Flux, which is fine. It's a little late for coffee anyway.
I think some people would disagree, but okay.
It's easier to deal with the aftermath if you drink it in the morning. Believe me. I've tried all-nighters. Do it enough times and you just can't move.
So with that, which two do you guys wake up to do second watch? There's Sasha, the new guy, Flux, and Lucky.
Depending on how you do like timelines watches, I may be up already.
Yeah, how long is each watch?
A little under 3 hours. For the long rest is 8 hours.
Yeah, because you need as creatures that sleep, you need 6 of the hours to be sleeping.
Then I would say Sasha and Lucky.
Alright. Sasha, would you like to roll your perception? Do you tell Sasha and Lucky anything before going to bed?
Yeah, be careful of bluish green haze off in the distance. If you see something getting closer, maybe best to be cautious.
Do you know what it does?
No.
Excellent.
Do I trust it? Absolutely not.
We will keep it in mind. And I promise I'll wake you if I see anything suspicious.
I would hope so.
So you want me to roll perception?
Yeah, and if you want, so I don't have to hop into Lucky's, would you like to roll that with advantage?
Okay, cool. Are we sure Lucky can't roll with advantage?
Do you want me to hop into his thing?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure if you-
We'll be fine.
I'm sure if
Oh,
you tap
Jesus.
Flux, you can get an unconscious guidance.
That's not half bad.
You know what, though? We should have had Lucky roll, because Lucky has, I think, a +5 or something, compared to yours.
Yeah,
I love
you're
it.
actually gonna get something. Hey, yeah, it has its perks. But that actually wasn't that bad. That's a 15.
That is. Alright. So, what is your... I think tieflings have dark vision.
Yes, I do.
And you don't have Devil's Sight, do you?
No.
What is your range for your dark vision?
That's just 60 feet, right? Hold on, I gotta check that. Yeah, 60 feet.
Alright. So, I'm gonna say that during your shift, Lucky offers you some alcohol.
Yeah, I take it.
He's got wine from the alchemy jug and alcoholic cider from the magic tea kettle. I'm gonna also say, because the player's not here, I can take liberties, and he will agree to whatever I say anyway, that he tells you he's been selling it in the cities. It's decent. Both of them are decent if you try both.
Cider warmed over the fire for me.
Beautiful. Right near the end of your shift, you do notice right in the very far distance of your vision, you're noticing that blue-green haze coming into your view.
I'm going to, let's see, just real quick, can I do one little divine sense, which senses any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet?
Yeah. So, you do get a little bit of a ping from that.
Oh, jeez, okay.
Off in the
Yay.
distance.
Alright, well, if it doesn't get closer, I'm not gonna mess with it.
So, it took basically, 2 to 3 hours to get 60 feet. So.
Oh, it's been moving this whole time. Cool, that's knowledge I didn't.
Because it was 120 feet from Panama's.
Okay. This is mildly worrying.
So what do you do?
Is it like the end of my shift now?
Yep, the new guy is awake. And then you need to wake up Mr. Flux, at least, for his watch. If not wanting to wake up everybody. I mean, 60 feet still quite a bit off.
It's getting close, Yeah, I'm gonna wake them up and I'm gonna tell them what Panama told me, that there's a green haze that seems mildly malignant, that it's either celestial fiend or undead, and that it's been slowly moving closer. And then I guess I kind of like half snooze and wait for them to wake me up when it inevitably gets dangerous, because that's what's gonna happen here.
Flex will say we'll hold off until try to get the long rest done. But if it gets within
Danger. Perimeter. Yeah.
Yeah. If it starts getting encroaching on the cave, we'll wake everybody up.
Oh, also, I know the location of the celestial fiend or undead. It's just in that green haze, or is it the actual green haze?
There is a couple pings in the green haze. Couple.
So I revise when I tell Flux.
Does she know what type is pinging?
It doesn't say in the spell if I know what type it is, but I don't know. That seems like something for a DM to decide. Would I know what it is?
Undead.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Well, cleric senses go off. All right. Puts on bucket helmet. It's time to crusade, boys.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a little snooze and try to get a long rest in.
All right. So Flux, you are up with the new stranger, and you've just got this disturbing information.
Oh yeah. So Flux is gonna so he's like on the perimeter. He's just gonna sit down on the edge of camp and is like watching the mist. He has 60 feet of vision.
I silently, without saying anything, approach. My cloak's back to how it was before, and I just kind of sit down and I pull out my alchemist kit and I start mixing stuff as I'm sitting next to him looking out of the cave.
Do we want perceptions before or after we start talking?
Right now. Alright. Do either of you have dark vision?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you do see that haze at 60 feet. If you can see that far. I don't know your range for dark vision.
Yeah, 60.
So it's sort
Yes,
of
60.
a bluish green, almost seafoam green at this point. Slowly, imperceivably slowly moving towards you guys.
I thought she said it was green. That's a joke because Flux sees in red.
I wasn't privy to any information, but it looks a version of green to me. Still mixing in my alchemy kit.
I'm Flux, by the way.
Well, it's fine. Apparently, you're one to talk to about a plan.
Flux just kind of like looks around and he says, maybe immediate ones. I think the best thing for us to do is once everyone's had a chance to rest, we move back into town. Try to get people in contact with friends, family, whoever.
Seems sensible and all. Can I vibe check the fog?
Yeah, give me a vibe roll.
So tell me how you're gonna vibe check the fog so I can tell you what roll to make you roll.
I'm gonna kind of look at it. I'm mostly seeing if it's anything Fey related,
Alright, give me a Fey roll.
or if okay.
I don't know what that would be, but give me a Fey roll.
Can I insight or nature or insight it?
Sure.
I'll go with nature. For a 10.
As you stare at it, your vision goes blurry. And, like, you almost feel like you did when you were in that weird, almost stone-like trance from the magic. And
Mm-hmm.
you kind of, like, zone out for a minute staring at it, but you don't get anything from it.
Don't like it. That's all I can say.
Same.
So while I'm watching with Flux and we're talking, I am doing the experimental elixir thing. So I'm gonna pull out the good berry that Cat made. I'm gonna use that on my experimental elixir.
Alright.
Trying to get a health healing elixir out of that.
Alright, roll me alchemy check.
Wait, are you an alchemist?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
like
a
what?
nat 20.
Wait.
For
Wait. So you're the actual alchemist class for artificer.
Yes.
And you're doing the experimental elixir?
Yes.
Okay, so what you do is
It's random. It's a 1d6, but I'm trying to get specifically a healing potion with the good berry.
Well, I think for a specific one, you could use a spell slot.
Yeah.
To do it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you want to use your spell slot?
No, I was trying to get around that.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, he's using Cat's spell slot. Does that work?
That's true.
That's why I was just having him roll the 20 with his alchemy stuff to see how it worked. And guys, he got a 20. It's a nat 20. It's fine.
You're welcome.
Guys, it's fine.
So yeah, I was going for specifically a healing, and then I'll roll a random one.
Alright. Roll me a thing.
Cool. I got a 6 on the random one. Nobody gets to know what it is except me.
And anybody else?
And people with internet.
Like anyone else who Alright. So as you guys are talking and alchemying, listen, I don't even care, and watching the fog, it does seem to be getting closer, but as the first light of dawn hits it, it seems to instantly dissipate any place the light hits.
Now, is like the fog fading?
Yes.
Okay, can I make another? Because Sasha said that there was like undead in the mist. I want to see if I can catch like a glimpse of like some foul specter.
Sure. Perception.
16.
As you are looking with your 16, you notice a couple bodies in the mist that seem to disappear as you are staring at them. One of them does look vaguely familiar, though.
Wonderful. Is it the bard?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we did leave his body out there.
You did.
You do also notice I have a very, very ornate, very nice alchemy set.
Oh yeah, Flex has been like eyeing it up. He isn't saying anything about it yet, though.
Okay, so it's a dark mahogany with white strips through it that kind of look like icicles going across the whole alchemy set, and on the top it has a nice like blue rose kind of on like a field of snow on top of it, like a crest.
I love it. After he's done staring at Ghost for a minute, Flex is going to turn and say, I take it you're an alchemist.
That's what most call me. Yeah, I prefer to be more of a doctor or healer, but all branches seem to lead to the same thing.
Relatively, yes. I'm proficient. It's not my field of expertise, but I've dabbled.
I was told not to mention it, but have you seen an herb in the jungle? Very rare herb.
The drug? No, I didn't see it.
All medicine tends to be some form of drug, but yes, in layman's terms.
You do not have to obfuscate it. It's fine. I'm not going to turn you in.
That's good, at least. Though I don't believe it would come to that.
It's fine. I'm sure you're aware that it is in fact illegal in those places.
Yes, there are strange ordinances, let's call them, on certain herbs.
Well, maybe we can go look for it. You can help me with my search, and whenever the woods are not filled with the souls of the damned.
Seems the best time to do it, yes. Yeah. What is it you're looking for exactly?
I'm just collecting field samples, mainly anything. I've never been on this hemisphere.
I will now pull out my collection from my bag of holding in my preserving kit and kind of show off the herbs I have.
So you got them like pressed in a book?
So out of my bag of holding, I pull out a preserving kit. It has a nice little box with it, but as I open it, there's a decent like mist that comes off of it, so it's like cooling them and keeping them fresh. Simple thing, collector myself. These are mostly for study at the present, but many have very useful and, according to some here, illegal purposes.
Flex looks impressed at this, and he says, "You quite an extensive collection." we'll have to exchange notes.
Possibly, yes. Some I don't know if I should exactly have.
The Vulcan eyebrow cocks.
So, depending on his proficiency with it, I don't know if DM wants a roll on it because there are some very exotic herbs in here.
You know what, Flux? Give us a roll.
Very,
Roll. What are we doing?
very exotic and
Nature?
highly
Nature.
illegal.
Nature.
I'm guidancing myself on this one.
I know somebody that you should meet.
17.
You would notice a lot of mundane herbs that you would be able to pick out and notice. Some that you're pretty sure are not quite legal. And there are some that you just don't recognize at all. I don't know what's all in there, Dusty, if you wanted to give more details.
It was mostly, do you think he rolled high enough for the ones that are not supposed to be in the world?
No.
No, I don't even think you would know about that.
If it was Panama, yeah.
Okay. So there is a decent collection of herbs that literally you have no reference for.
Yeah,
But otherwise, everything seems medicinal, and along that branch of kind of common, like milk of the poppy type stuff.
Right. Yeah, Flux will look it over and just like nod in approval.
It's not often I meet somebody so into the trade, as it were.
He should be your girlfriend. Sorry. So everybody starts waking up at this point. What do you guys do? Who does what to whatever?
So what happened with that fog?
Disappeared as soon as the sun rose.
Well, then it's a damn good thing we got in this cave.
Yes. Also, it brings back the dead.
Oh.
Yes, the bard was out there.
Did you kill him?
No.
Damn.
Well, I already did.
I know, but a second time would have been amazing.
There's like no facial expression. He's just looking back at you when you say that.
All right. Well, how's everyone feeling? Mostly looking towards the NPCs.
They all seem to be getting up and stretching and looking a little better, having gotten a proper night's sleep. Probably the first in a long time for most of them.
Can we hit the long rest button?
Yes.
Right,
Would you like to hit the long rest button?
I was just making sure.
Everyone can have a long rest if they would like one.
Yay!
If you don't want one, that's fine. I don't think one of you needs one, but who knows? So besides getting nice long rests,
Did my internet smarten up?
It's acting a little up.
Okay.
That came out good.
Good. I will say that once Kitamosis is awake and rolls himself out of his bundled up cloak, the first thing he would do is make a beeline towards wherever Warbles put herself after Flux went for watch. Where do you think Warbles put herself?
She either would have put herself by Cat or near the fire.
Okay, in that case, he probably rolled over and just the first thing he did was hug Warbles and grumble to himself before sitting up and starting to wake up. Insert happy budgie noises.
I am not a voice actor. I can't make happy budgie noises, so.
No, I wouldn't ask you. Everyone just pretend you're hearing budgie noises. We don't have a soundboard.
So what is the rest of everybody doing?
Flux is preparing spells.
Awesome. Would you
Well,
like me to
everyone's
give
getting
me
ready.
some time to do that?
No, you're good. Carry on. Flux is just nose in his book.
I would be checking on the people who have injuries and whatnot, seeing how they're healing and stuff like that.
They seem to be doing a little bit better. Flux, can I just get a knowledge is not something in 5e. God dang it.
Well, yeah, but we do
Yes.
knowledges.
Roll me one of your knowledges.
What are we doing? Because he does local and arcana.
Roll me roll me a local.
Well, he's only been in town a day. 6.
Okay, but it's about Gwydir and about your book.
Oh, okay. So what he would add is proficiency. So
Yeah.
that would be 9.
Okay, that's nice. You do notice a story in there that you don't really remember reading before.
Well, now that would be eyebrow raising, seeing how it's kind of his like holy book. So we're gonna study that.
Beautiful. You can be studying that. So what is everyone else doing? I'm assuming Sasha and Reina are getting ready together, being adorable. I've missed you. It's been forever.
Yep. Finally woke up next to her. All that.
Oh! Sorry.
You good over there?
No. If you don't remember, I ship people way too hard. Okay, I'm fine. It's so cute. Oh my god. Are you gonna bring Reina with you? On your adventure?
Here's an interesting question. Because definitely back to somewhere where we're safe, but then we need to talk about that.
Awesome. That's gonna be a fun conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You guys could just buy a boat.
Okay.
Just ignore me, please. Okay. Listen, I ship things too hard. We know this. We saw this in campaign 1. So, then everybody, including all of the NPCs you have collected, are ready. Do you guys head back to town, or do you head out into the jungle?
Absolutely not. We go back to town.
Yeah, I vote we go back to town. Sorry, those of you who would like to look for potentially illegal substance.
We can go do hood rat stuff once we get the
We
civilians
have
out of
people
here.
to put back where they belong.
Yeah.
I will be looking for potentially illegal substances on the way back to town.
Well, you're going to a pirate city. I'm sure you can find it.
What is your? Are you actively looking or just wanting to use your passive?
I'll say passive because I don't want to fall too behind the group.
All right. What is your passive perception?
16, but I'm also looking for other herbs that I might want on the way.
So, while you guys travel through the cave back towards the settlement of Tortuga, you do see some mushrooms that you know are non-poisonous and edible in the cave, but that's really all that would be in the cave.
I gather as many as I can and I start eating one.
Catabasis, you see this strange person in the hood who has not taken their hood down yet, picking mushrooms.
Oh no, okay.
Along
And
with
sorry,
what
you just said you tried to eat that?
Oh, I am eating it.
The moment Cat sees you moving it towards your mouth, he's just going to reach out and try to catch your wrist to stop you. He's like, don't do that. And you can probably tell without even needing to look very hard, he is on edge and uneasy about something.
I don't try to not get hit, but I don't drop the mushroom.
So he's not hitting you. He's just catching your wrist to stop you from eating it.
Okay. I don't fight back at all, and I'm just like, based on preliminary inspection, this seems quite harmless.
Don't eat the mushroom. If not for your sake, then for mine. I don't care what you eat. Once we're out of here, just do not eat that.
I'm slightly confused. Am I able to eat the mushroom out of the cave, or is this mushroom off limits permanently?
Preferably permanently. But if you are absolutely determined to put random substances in your mouth, do it where I can't see you.
Do I know what this mushroom is?
Insert edible mushroom here. I don't know mushrooms. Ask one of our mushroom experts.
I will not eat the mushroom. I will pocket it and don't want to cause problems or anything, but again, I can run tests on it to prove it's quite edible and safe, but
that would be advisable. And then make sure to let her wrist. And just kind of pulls his cloak around himself a little tighter and then takes a couple steps away and
anyone who is familiar with our dear friend Catabasis can tell he is not doing
tries
too
to
well.
something.
Yeah, Flux is gonna give Cat a reassuring pat on the shoulder.
Catabasis jumps slightly when he's touched, and looks at you right away. He's kind of almost got an owlish look on his face, but it settles a little bit, and he gives a little nod as though trying to say he's okay.
My bad. I didn't mean to startle you. We got your back. It's okay.
It's fine. Sooner we're out of here, the better. Let's just get out of here as fast as we can.
with my medical eyes while this is happening, can I assume it's stress related or is it something else? Like that has something
you don't need a
on that?
medical eye to know it's stress.
Okay.
Anyone who heard and watched and is seeing this whole shenanigan knows there is stress somewhere in this situation. I will actually make a little side note because you did just join the party. Cat's facial features, I forgot to mention this before. You can tell something is haunting him. You can't really tell what, but you can tell he's seen things. So that's where that little detail is. If that helps, because the medically inclined eye is looking for stress. He has seen things.
Noted. I will continue forward without putting anything in my mouth.
I don't even know how to process that statement. Okay, so as you guys get back to the settlement of Tortuga, are you guys gonna keep all of the NPCs together, or if some of them try and leave, are you gonna let them leave? How are you gonna do this?
Flux will suggest that they stay together just so that if they come to the post office, he has a bag, and the minute that he's like attuned to it, any like awaiting mail that's like waiting for them will like pop up. That way they can get in contact with their people. But if they like already know where they're going, what they're doing, then he doesn't stop them from leaving. Just as long as they are safe and stuff like that.
Okay. So everyone, Flux has said he is taking all of the NPCs to the post office. Is anybody going with him, or what are you guys doing?
I have a library to go to.
Perfect.
God.
Flux has an herbalism fetish, and I am slightly an NPC, so I go with Flux.
He makes one comment about it.
Sasha,
I believe we are going to a coffee shop, or the pirate equivalent. I don't know what that would be.
Bar.
Probably.
are you going to the
Yeah.
cafe that Astaria's aunt runs?
Sure,
That
yeah.
has the pastries and the coffee, if you remember.
Cool. And then we are going to, there's a conversation that needs to be had about adventuring. And specifically my part in it. So whenever you want to do that.
Okay.
Sorry. Kat is also going to go there, but he's going to collect the stuff that Astaria left for them, and he's gonna let Sasha and Reina have their fluffy time.
Okay. So, okay. I don't even know who to start with.
Feel free to start with someone else because I don't know what I'm doing.
So you're volunteering to go first?
No.
Okay. So Flux, you find there is a small shop that seems to be a sort of pawnbroker shop that has a counter within it that has in very crude paint EPS listed, with one person sitting behind that counter looking absolutely bored.
So do they all like Flex doesn't say whether or not like they should come in or not. Does this like gaggle of like essentially refugees come in with him into this tiny place?
Unless you tell them not to.
No, he doesn't.
So, yeah.
He'll just walk up and he puts his bag on the counter and he's gonna say, "We saved a bunch of people from the woods. We need to make sure that they're in contact with their people. Can you attune my bag?"
Yeah, give me a minute. I'll take it back and get it attuned.
Thank you.
Picks up your bag, walks through this little door. You do see behind him, where he was sitting, a bunch of wanted posters that all look like they've been hung up. Various cities listed and everything. No rhyme or reason. Just like, oh, we're the EPS, we have to hang these. Not that we pay attention to them. So, you do see Leo's there, hanging there from Yellow's Rin. Wanted dead or alive, 1,000 gold. Otherwise, after a few minutes, he comes back out, and your bag seems to be very full.
While he grabs the bag, he's gonna point at the wanted picture of Leo, and he's gonna say, "Can I have that?"
Am I allowed to do that?
I don't know. Are you?
Are you from corporate?
No.
He turns around and he pulls down the poster, and he hands it to you.
Thank you. Flux is gonna like turn around and see the crowd of people, and he's gonna be like he's about to walk through, and then he's like, "All right, we need to get out."
So, I don't remember your character's name yet. Vel? Ben? Dusty, what's your character?
Yeah,
What are you doing
Val.
in this little pawn shop full of people while he was talking to the EPS guy?
I was in there as well, and I'm assuming they got a reward for saving all those people that had wanted posters for like saving and whatnot.
Actually, not looking around, there are none of those posters are any of the people standing around you.
Okay, then I won't make a scene. I'm just hiding in the back as per usual, waiting for Flux to do what he's doing.
So, as you're just kind of standing there, you do notice a box of what looks like glass eyeballs.
I am looking at the glass eyeballs.
I'm just letting you know you see them.
Yes, that is where I'm standing and looking at them.
So then,
DM,
yeah,
DM, did the glass eyeballs look back?
yes.
I am very intrigued by these eyeballs. They're in a case.
Yes.
Okay. I note them.
Noted. Is that all that you do?
Yes.
Alright, so then Flux corrals all of you back outside.
It just starts passing out, like just calling out people's names.
Alright. So you hand out letters to people, and they're all very happy. And they start reading their letters and everything, and all of that. Is there anything else you do, Mr. Flux, with them?
Well, no, just probably just like after that, just to help them get where they're going.
Alright. So you'll help them go down, the ones who want to leave, go down to the docks and procure ships off of this island.
Yeah, and just kind of like be like official, because I don't know if they have money or not, because I certainly can't buy them passage. So just be like, hey, these people got like abducted. Can you like give them a ride?
Listen, this is Tortuga. You don't have to pay your way. You can, in fact, work your way on the ship.
Oh, okay. So there we go. We're learning the local customs. Flex didn't know that.
Yeah. That's some of your knowledge local.
There you go. It's kicking in.
So, I'm gonna go to Panama and the library. Because I've been trying really hard to be, like, not jumping at this one.
Don't sound too excited. I may just ruin your day.
Listen, I will probably cry if you ruin my day. I'm also going to cry because I don't know where my art for her is. Give me 2 seconds here.
All right, go.
Nope, a little bit more than that. Try again. Count to 53, but you have to count in German.
But I'm not angry.
Okay, how about Dutch?
I don't speak Dutch.
How about Spanish?
I
Alright,
used to.
so you go to this building that has the sign Library, Lieberry, over the door, and it does
Yep.
look like a dry docked ship.
Uh-huh.
So as you open the door,
About as dry as the humor I'm about to get.
you see a set of stairs leading up. When you go up the stairs, you see
Mhm.
another set of stairs going down. You go
Okay,
down
a
the
lot of stairs.
steps, you go back up another set of stairs, and you're to a door.
If this door leads to another set of stairs, I'm blowing something up.
You open the door. And you see a little old man with a patch over his one eye, a beard down to about his ankles, sitting at a desk facing the door, and behind him you see rows of bookshelves.
Well, hi.
Welcome! Have you been here? Do you have a card?
No.
Okay, well, he blows dust off this big leather-bound book, and with a boom, opens it up to a page, pulls out a quill and ink, and says, "You need to write your name to get
Why?
your library card. You can't come in without it.
Not even if I'm just browsing?
You can't come in without it." Keep in mind, we're on a pirate island, and this is him whispering to you. It doesn't have to be your real name.
How many names have been written down in this book?
Probably about 1,000.
I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna look through the names. Are there already spicy ones in there?
There are some spicy ones that are not YouTube appropriate, and we are streaming to the YouTube. I can't even remember what names you guys used for campaign 1 as well. But there are a lot of names. Some of them just as much as, "This is my name."
Nameson.
My name is
Mario.
Man, just Man.
John Jim Man.
Luigi Mario.
Yeah. Somebody wrote library card as their name. So, and there are some regular names as well. Oh yes, there's somebody listed as Elrond in there.
Rod. What the fuck?
So yeah. Do you write your name? Or what do you write?
Okay, just to clarify, this is just for a card to access the facility. Yes.
Yes.
No strings attached.
No strings attached.
I'm not going to go to the bank and my credit score is going to be in the dumps.
This is a pirate island. That might happen anyway.
Okay, but most of the time that kind of information is not exactly tied just to a wallet.
We do nothing with the name except for copy it onto one of these little parchments so that you can come in.
Okay, I just have to make sure, I don't go writing names down for no reason.
Can I just get can I just get a brief? What is your passive perception?
24.
So you do notice reading that you notice the name, a very familiar name with a winky face next to it.
Oh, for fuck's sake, who is it?
Who do you think it is?
That dickhead.
Okay, sure.
He would.
It says Nemea.
Yeah.
So what do you write down? Do you write anything down?
Yeah. I write a name down.
What name do you write down?
Let's say you said we're on YouTube, right?
Yes, we are on YouTube right now.
No, not his name.
Okay, well, I can't exactly say this one out loud.
Alright, I know exactly which one it is. And what he does is simply copy the name down onto a little piece of parchment about the size of, like, a card that has the word library card written at the top.
Yep.
Yep, yep. And it has that name written down exactly how you wrote it down, and he hands it to you. Welcome to our books.
Thanks. And then I'm just going to go in and do my thing.
Alright. So, as you are in here, you feel suddenly that you're being watched.
When aren't I?
More strongly than usual.
Well, of course, there's a pervert in the room.
Well, if you look at the little old man, he's busy looking at his little book of names.
Not that pervert.
Gashta's not there either. If you're looking.
Well, no, but she's always watching.
This is true, but this feels more mortal. Do you look around?
Yes.
So, as you look around, describe to me how you're looking. Where are you looking?
Just the casual glances. Obviously, like looking, but not trying to make it obvious like I'm looking for someone.
So as you turn and look, you'll notice sitting on top of the bookshelf behind you is a very pale person, kind of just sitting there staring at you. I have posted their picture with their big black eyes in the NPC chat. If it posted. Yes, it did.
I wave.
They wave back.
I go about my business.
As you go through copying all the books, they follow you throughout the library. Just so you know.
Is
Never
it like a
saying
kid?
anything.
Is it
No,
like a kid?
no. They're short, but they are adult.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. Is it like how a kid would follow around someone?
Yes.
Ah.
Or very nosy librarian.
Do they get closer?
Nope. And they never come down from the top of the bookshelves. They are walking across the bookshelves. So as you do that, I think we have Catabasis. You collect. I sent you a message a while ago about how much was left with the ant. Do you want me to remind you how much that was, or do you remember?
Can I get a reminder, please?
Yes. Apparently, I hit enter before typing that whole word, so I hope you can figure out what that means.
You know, do you want me to actually play this or just tell you in background what his reaction is to this?
However you want to do it.
Because I don't think Sasha and Reina are paying enough attention to the Catman to actually, well, they're not Catman, you know what I mean. I don't know if they're actually paying enough attention to recognize what he's up to. Wrong thread, Coben, but good to know. Sasha. Wrong thread, Sasha. Goodness sake. For the lovely YouTubes, Coben is a character that Sasha plays in a different game. Get used to this.
Listen, we're lucky I'm doing the
Alright,
right,
B, I
right
will...
campaign.
Alright, B, I will send you Kat's reaction in a side message then.
Alright, then with that, we are to Sasha and Reina. Are you ready, Sasha?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. So you're at the little cafe with pastries and coffee and a little side table booth thing.
Okay.
What do you say?
I think it's time. We need to talk about where we go from here. Because I've started on a quest. And now I found you and I don't want to leave you again. This is hard for me to, choose. I guess I'll catch you up. We're searching for things for Mr. Harp. We have, to collect 3 magical items. I believe it's 3. And until that happens, well, that's my job, and I can't leave it. But I also think these people could go on without me. I think they could do well. And so, really, I'm asking you, do you want me to stay with you now?
You made a commitment, and you really need to honor that. I mean, if you want, I'm sure I wouldn't be too much of a hassle, and I can learn to fight and come with.
You could get hurt. I'll always believe in you, but I'm so scared to lose you again.
You can heal me.
I don't want to have to.
Oh.
I don't want that to be an option. I'm sure you could do great things coming with us, but I don't want to put you in that position, and I'll gladly stay here, or stay wherever we end up, with you, as long as it's with you.
I could find a place for us for when you're done and get everything set up if you want. And we can send letters, and I can find someplace safe. Anywhere that you think would be safe. And I can wait for you.
And I think Sasha just leans across the table and holds her hands and says, I don't ever want to leave you again, and I hate that it's come to this. I think that if I talk to them, I might be able to leave at least maybe for you to get set up. Maybe that could be. You know me. You know how much I need my promises. I need my promises as a person. And I did. You are correct. I made a promise to these people that I would help. So I have to. I guess. Thank you for helping me see that. But would you be okay with that? Truly. Not just for me, but would you be okay with that?
As long as you promise not to die.
Yes. I promise I will not die, and I'll be back as soon as I can. We have a healer. Um, he'll keep me alive, I hope. As long as I don't piss him off too bad. Are you sure you'll be okay?
You're alive. That's more than I knew that you were, but I've been looking for you and looking for everything, and you're alive and you're here, and I can get everything set up, and I don't know what your guys' plans are, or where you want me to find us a place, but you guys could always you could see if they'll all come and stop wherever first and drop me off there, so we have a little while together before.
But like that.
I mean, it seems to be relatively safe right now. Like, there's no war anymore. There's no, any of that. And we've survived, the blight.
Yes. Okay, well, and I trust you. Wherever you find a home, I trust that I'll love it too, and that we can make a life there.
What did you want us to go back home or try someplace new?
There's a lot of history back home, but I think I'd like to try. I think I'd like to try to make it more of the city I've always imagined it could be.
I like that. I know you can.
And I know you can too. We can do it together. We can do everything together.
Yes. We just have to ask your friends if they can take me home first.
Yes. I'm sure one of us can. There's magic that can do that. Thank you. Thank you for helping me find myself like you always have.
I just hope that you can see you the way I see you.
And how was that?
Strong, capable, beautiful, intelligent. You can change everything. You can make the world good.
I hope you know I see you in the same way. You are the most beautiful woman I've ever met.
That's only
In
because
every
you
way
haven't
possible.
met yourself.
She's smooth, okay. Yeah, so, Sasha doesn't quite know how to respond to that, and just kind of, takes a drink and chokes on it a little.
I'm sorry. So, they do
So,
lovey-dovey stuff.
and we'll make the most of this little time we have together.
Aww. So, what is anybody else doing during their day here in Tortuga? Alex!
Pat's
What do you
gonna
need?
start poking around looking for trinkets. He gave his word about something, and dang it, he's gonna hold to it.
Oh jeez, hang on, let me go and... I was not prepared for that.
Here we go. The inevitable shopping derail.
No, it's great. It gives me time to go pour coffee.
I'm trying to pull open my shops for Tortuga. I haven't pulled that open in a long time. I can find it. I like when my computer freezes. That's cool. That's very cool. I didn't write down any of the shops into that list. Cool. What are you looking for?
'Cause this is gonna
al-
sound weird.
You can also go.
Something cheap but meaningful.
So I would suggest going down to the market then, of like where they have all the
Then
pirate
that's
ships
where
that
he's
you
going.
remember. Beautiful.
That's where the fun stuff is.
That is where the fun stuff is. So that's. I'm trying to open a thing. I'm sorry. Trying to stream and do all of this.
All right.
My computer doesn't like it. That's. Where is that? There it is. I don't know why I didn't show it first. So, as you are, looking, seeing the pirates hawking things to each other and to anybody, you end up finding a small amulet that is in the shape of a mantaboo, but it has a locking mechanism, like a clockwork locking mechanism on the back of it. And when you wind that mechanism, it plays like a music box little noise sound, and it's just like a little locket.
Okay, that's perfect. But my next question is will it break if I put it in the mail?
The mail is magical.
Yeah, and the item, like, but would a music box locket break if he sent it in the mail like that?
You just get a little box and put in a little box with some like fluffy stuff.
That's true. Yeah, I just want to make sure the music mechanism still works when it gets there.
Listen, fluffy stuff in a box.
All right then.
We here at
yeah.
the EPS guarantee your package is safe.
Fair.
Or your money
Flux,
back.
Flux, you may just end up getting to tease Catabasis later.
Oh, he's going to.
All right. Yeah, Cat is definitely intrigued by this little locket. And he's gonna look at where is hawking it and gesture to it. How much is that?
I don't. He looks you up and down. He looks at the condition that Catabasis keeps himself in. Because he is a little bit more clean shaven because it was just, it's been like a day, 2 days since the.
There's a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, but it's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't look utterly like a wild man.
Well, his clothes might a little bit still.
Yeah, the clothes do. He keeps them clean. Ish, mostly. He does his damn best.
Tastefully
He has mending.
Tastefully dirty.
Yeah, he.
So,
Precisely.
I'll throw it at you for 2 gold. This is where you can haggle.
Yep. Cat's contemplating this already. Oh, what is... That's fancy. Cat digs around in his bag a little bit, and he pulls out, let's see here. I was going through the random crap that he got from his Haunted One background.
Beautiful. I love that. You got a whole box of stuff.
It's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Send them a wooden stake and some holy water.
Cat Cat actually does pull out. He actually came with 9 wooden stakes. So he's gonna pull out, after some fussing and clear contemplation, he's going to pull out 5 of the wooden stakes and a hammer. He's going to say, "If I trade you these, will it knock the price down?"
He looks over it and he's like, I'll knock it down to 1 gold for you with that.
Well, and he hands over the hammer and 5 of his 9 stakes.
I love it. Alright. So you have the Mantaboo locket then in your possession.
Yep.
Alright. Is that all you were shopping for?
Beyond that, he might just poke around and look at stuff, but that was his main thing to look for.
Alright. So... I will also, if no one objects, I will probably have at after session have you have pawned off the stuff you guys don't want. And we can discuss it out of game before next session, so I can get that money to you. For whatever.
Sounds good.
I know the armor was, but I don't know if anything else was getting pawned off.
I think we're keeping the rest, but we'll talk about it after.
Yeah, I figured it can, because we have a couple people not here, so I think that's an out of game conversation that can just be had and be like, yes, Cat did this during his shopping trip. I don't think there would be anything else particularly at this moment that would catch your eye, except for maybe the fact that you would see a set of All-Seer robes, like, on one of the tables.
What color?
White.
Yeah.
And the symbols are intact.
Okay. Cat would express an interest in that.
Why are you after that? I just got it sold to me by someone else. Why would you want that?
Just curiosity. It's clean. It's white. Look what I'm wearing. You think I can afford much better? In some normal establishment?
To be fair, you're probably right.
Would you be willing to cut a deal with someone such as myself for that? Might not have much, but I'm willing to at least try to make a deal.
What you got? That's interesting.
Well, let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking through his bag again. He pulls out a crowbar, and the 4 wooden stakes. And I need to see something else here. And
Sorry, I don't mean to be laughing at
one
you.
of his 2 tinder boxes.
So he looks at it, looks at what you're offering, and the DM goes and takes a peek at your thing, because I want to know one thing before I make this comment. Well, sorry, I'm losing my voice, guys.
Okay.
Still trying to get over getting sick. So, since you're taking the coat then, if you throw in the cloak you're wearing, I'll just make that a straight trade with everything else.
He thinks for a moment on that one, and then just kind of gives the pirate a look. It's like, do you really think it's safe for someone such as myself to run around wearing that where just anyone could see me?
Listen, you want it.
Is there any other object I could potentially trade you for?
Got something else interesting?
Probably. And he goes digging again. Let's see, what else does this man have? I don't want to give that up.
I will tell you, you're getting the vibe he's looking for more easily traded items. Because
Okay.
as you did point out, the coat is not going to be something easily traded.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember what I already listed off as him pulling out. I need to get my sticky note thing minimized. One moment. Wrong bloody button. Okay, so I had said crowbar, 4 stakes. Had I said anything else? Oh, and a tinderbox.
Tinderbox.
Okay. He also pulls out a flask of oil and 8 torches.
He'll take it all for the coat.
Alright.
So you now have an intact white ulcer coat. Do you need me to DM you what the white ulcer coat does again?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I will work on removing the list of random crap from my pocket.
Alright. So, while Cat is off making some wheeling and dealing trades, Panama is in the library. Flux is helping the people get onto ships. Sasha is on her date. The new guy is with Flux. Lockie is probably gone to the tavern.
Drinking, yes.
He might be peddling his stuff. You don't know.
He's drinking.
It could be both. You don't know. You're not there. You're at the library. Is there anything else anyone else is doing for the day?
About like what time of day when me and Valva, is it Val E-A?
It's in the game.
Val.
What is it? Like about what time of day do we get done shuffling people off?
3 in the afternoon.
So is Vel just like, so after everyone, it's just me and you like standing there?
Yes.
And where is it that you're going?
Based on our conversation last night, I assume I'm helping you find something, and you help me find something in return.
Okay, well then to the jungle, I guess.
Just us?
I'm not gonna bother everybody else with our the players forgetting the word our hunt.
All right. Seems safe enough if there's 2 of us.
We'll just keep an eye out, and we'll stay away from the haunted part of the woods.
So just let me clarify what you're doing. Is the 2 of you are going into the jungle without telling anybody else from your group
I will send a message on my quick message stone
at 3 in the afternoon in the autumn, so the days are getting shorter.
Yeah, we're not going on like a cross continental like hike. We're just going nipping off into the woods real quick.
Okay. So who are you quick messaging? Everybody or?
Yeah. Although I'll at everybody in the chat.
All right.
And say that we're dipping out for a quick moment. We're looking for healing supplies in the woods.
Okay. Does anybody reply? You get 1 free reply that doesn't count off of your stone.
Yeah, Cap's gonna reply right away, and the very first thing that his is saying is, "Don't do anything stupid." Like you can read it with that tone.
Yeah, Flex is just like staring at the stone with just like an eyebrow raised, just like he doesn't say anything. But if Vel's looking at him, it's just like you can tell that Flex kind of has the personality of a brick wall, and so it's kind of like he's not the kind of person that even like walks on the wrong side of the sidewalk. So it's kind of he's like, okay.
And immediately after that, you'll hear a reply from Panama saying, "And if you do something stupid, make sure your gear is in an easily accessible place."
That he just rolls his eyes and he just like starts walking into the woods. He pockets the stone.
So is this basically just deciding that Panama and Catabasis are the dads in the group, or at least one's a dad and one's the fun uncle?
I don't think my fun uncle would say, "Hey, if anything bad happens to you, make sure that you like die in a place that I can like loot your body."
Okay.
As a fun
I'll
uncle,
rephrase.
I taught them a lot of cool stuff, so I disagree.
Maybe the potentially sketchy uncle then.
There you go.
The one who knows how to get away with shit.
If you want to drive and grab me food quick from McDonald's, since Culver's
Exactly.
I borrowed my buddy's bike to get here faster. I gotta go.
All right, I'm
I think the only thing Panama would be doing is after he gets all his books is he would just sit down and start repairing his pocket watch.
Ooh, you're gonna try and repair the pocket watch? Where would you be while you're trying to do that?
In the library.
In the library? Okay. I just needed to know because of magical stuff.
Right.
That's not a very magical place. Well, that's not a very magical place in that sort of way. So you'll be able to repair it shortly. So, those going into the jungle. First off, I'd like a survival check.
Dirty 20.
10.
Beautiful. How far are you going into the jungle again?
Val is following Flux, so as far as Flux goes, The farther they go, the more anxious I get.
Flux, you have to make a decision. You search for 1 hour. Alright. Then, can I also get nature checks then?
18.
Okay.
Uh, 10.
You guys just almost reversed your rolls. So, as you guys are searching, you can find some basic healing plants. I don't know healing plants. I'm a bad witch.
We find like a dose's worth of medicinal plants.
Yes. You do find a willow tree, so you can take some bark as well if you would like.
Yes, I would.
Do you know what that even does?
Me as a player, probably not, but as a herbalist character, probably yes.
Okay. So yeah, you get, I would say, with an hour of searching, and with your guys' rolls, you'd get 1 dose of medicinal herbs, 2 doses of the willow tree bark, and, Flux, are you looking for anything, any specific plants?
Yeah, I'm looking for dandelions.
You can find 5 dandelions.
All right.
It's late season for them, so. Alright. Do you guys, everybody reconvene at the inn? At the end, at the evening? Or at the tavern, I should say?
Yeah, if everyone else is there, Cat's gonna be there.
I'm just.
He's probably brooding in a corner.
Okay.
He's probably the first one back.
Okay, Aragorn.
Strider.
Listen, I can call him whatever I want.
Fair. Very fair.
You're just lucky I didn't pull out his elvish name.
Which I do know, but it's escaping my mind at this exact moment.
In Cinder, and it's Estel, or Estel. Estel.
Thank you.
He's also referred to like as Elisar, which is Elfstone.
Elisar is the main one I remember.
We're not gonna get into this. We're D&D. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
we can Lord of the Rings nerd when the YouTubers aren't listening. Back to the game. Thank you for this commercial break.
So, everybody's at the tavern? What are you guys going to do in the tavern? Are you guys gonna reconvene with your new friend? Figure out where you guys are going in the morning?
I think just real quick, when we're walking back to the tavern, if Vel's still like following me, Flux is gonna say, "I take it you're going to be following us for some time."
If you did tell me what you were looking for, I forgot. But until I help you find that, I suppose yes.
We found what I was looking for. It's kind of an ongoing thing.
So I'm ongoing in your service finding until you have as many as you need, I take it.
Flex just kind of like looks at him for a little bit, and then he's going to say, "Well, if you're offering to travel with us, I'm just going to warn you ahead of time that we're not exactly a normal group, and you're going to see some crazy shit."
Crazy shit is kind of what I expect out of the world.
No, I genuinely mean that.
Also, as you saw, traveling alone didn't really work out for me last time.
That's fair. I'm just warning you that it may not be the safest to be with us. I'm not trying to dissuade you. We could always use extra help, but it's a professional courtesy.
I'm fairly, let's say, I've dealt with danger before, but usually in a group, fares a little better.
Flux is looking you up and down, and he'll say, "Do you have any allegiances to one group or another?"
Allegiances, no. Generally work for myself or helping others. So no point picking favorites.
Thoughts on the All-Seers?
Yes.
Elaborate, please.
Don't know much about them.
I'm not even going to roll an insight check. I don't think Flex believes you. It doesn't matter what he rolls. What are your opinions on the gods?
Far too many and generally out for themselves.
Just kind of like nods with that a little bit. All right, well, let's go meet up with the others.
I will say, the more broody, kind of weary one might want to deal with their stress a little better.
Again, Flex is just looking at you with this kind of like not amused look, and is just gonna say, you should get to know the group a little bit better before you.
I agree, but they wear it fairly plainly. And noted, that will kill you faster than any sword will. Just a note.
Flex is just going to turn and start walking towards the tavern.
I have one favor to ask, though. They are curious about me. So, to alleviate that, I really do not want my appearance known, but if one of you knows, then maybe you can help ease it a little bit.
Are you asking me in confidence in private right now, or is this something that you want to tell the rest of the group?
In private. I'm hoping that you could act as a barrier between myself and them in the concept of my appearance. You'll know what I look like. No, I mean no harm. Nothing devilish in the sort. But I'm not accepted by all, generally.
Please proceed.
I will uncloak myself, and I already said to you what I look like, so there you go.
Quick question. Where are you doing this?
On our way back from the jungle.
Okay. Just wanted to check, because I was like, wait, are they just, like, in town?
Did you
had to ask.
Did you DM me that, or?
I believe so a while ago, but I can DM it to you again.
Otherwise,
later
if
on.
you guys would like to jump into the Whispers chat to explain it quick, like, you can totally do that. I will even stay here with the rest of the group. So
You know what I look like.
I know, but
just real quick.
On YouTube. Dusty got to go over there because I can't join.
And there they are, gone, poof, lost to the ether. Well, darn. Just when we got new teammates.
It's okay.
Already keeping secrets.
Panama, that's rich coming from Panama.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just you wait, Mr. Panama.
What am I waiting for?
I can't tell you that. It's a secret.
Perfect answer.
Also, Krem, I wasn't sure if that was you wanting to, like, change characters, so that's why I wasn't sure how to have her react. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry I didn't make that clear either, but I don't want to change characters.
Okay.
But I also, like, I'm torn because I don't want to change characters, but Sasha as a character would want to stay with Reina. So thank you for giving, like, I was kind of fishing for a reason to leave Reina, so thank you for giving that to me.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that's, she knows you and she knows how you are. So, all right. Guys,
After a moment of looking at you, he's just gonna say, well, I understand the concern, but I think you should talk to Mr. Panama, Mr. Catabasis about this. No, it's hard to trust new.
In due time, but still weary.
I get that, but they would know far more than I would. So, but I realize trust is slow, but at your own pace.
Part of the issue is people knowing.
Fair, but again, we've seen some things.
I will keep it in the back of my mind.
Flux won't say anything. He just keeps going.
I follow.
So at dinner time, everybody meets at the tavern after a long day. You guys are sitting at the tavern. Catabasis, you have the stuff from, well, the money from Astaria. I don't know if you want to use some of that for meals and a room.
No, he is. Well, he was inclined to just divvy that with the party, but now that he's seeing Val is there, he's not fully sure what to do. So he's kind of looking at the group in general. It's like, so this is us then.
Looks like it.
Yes, for now at least. Mr. Val has offered his services. We're going to be performing some field research together.
I'd ask, but I have a feeling I'm not going to be told.
Just alchemy. I'll show you my notes later.
Fair. And he gives Flux a vaguely pointed look. He's like, nothing you and I have discussed.
No,
right?
Of course not.
Good. And then he just drops that topic like a hot rock. So, are we getting rooms to share? I know at least two of us are. And he glances to Sasha, and I'm assuming Reyna.
We are joined at the hip, yes.
Good. It's good to see. It's nice that there's a happy ending out there. So, how are we sharing the rooms beyond that?
I mean, I'll bunk with whoever unless nobody wants to share.
I don't have a preference. I'll help chip in for the rooms.
There's also a matter of what Astaria left for us. And as he's saying that, he's kind of leaning forward a bit and drops his voice so it's quieter. There's a generous donation for us to work with.
Right. How generous is generous?
Generous enough that we shouldn't be talking about it right now.
Exactly. Perhaps once we have rooms organized, we can arrange things a little more privately.
I agree.
As for sharing rooms, I honestly am not picky. Just fair warning for whomever might be in my room, I can't guarantee the best sleep.
Do you scream?
Depends on how bad it gets.
Mm.
And now two of the people who would be involved in the room checking are briefly away from the microphone.
Yeah.
So The rooms are double rooms, so if you get 3 rooms, somebody would be sleeping on the floor.
I mean, Cat would take the floor the moment somebody suggested it was necessary. He doesn't care.
Or you could get 4 rooms and have one person by themselves. Alex,
Val would ideally try to bed with Flux.
I mean, that's valid. So that means we have Lockie, Panama, and Cat. Cat would either be fine bunking with the other 2, or he'd lean towards his own room just so to make sure the others could sleep. He's good with either option without.
I think Lockie would tell you that it's up to you. He's fine with sleeping on the floor too. It's not his first time doing that. I can't do his accent. I tried. I went southern, so.
That's okay. Does Panama have input on this debate?
Nah, I'll sleep wherever it's needed.
Okay. Cat would think about it a little bit more and then say he'll just get his own room.
With that, then Cat's would be like probably the best room to have everyone meet in, just because it will be the bigger room. So 4 rooms at Tortuga would be putting you at 2 silver.
Oh, that's nice and cheap.
It's Tortuga. Most people don't stay at the rooms because they have shifts. So
Until we get hit with
That's
the inflation.
okay. So Val has Lux in his room.
so it's 5 copper per room.
Okay. Welcome back.
What?
Cat would at the very least pitch in for his room and Sasha's and Reina's. So that's
I
one
don't need to do that. I got money.
Save it. Spend it on her. You've been away from each other for too long.
Well, that would have been the point of the room, so.
Save it for something a little more. Then.
Flux just puts a silver on the counter and he goes upstairs.
So Flux
Okay, who are you paying for?
And
he doesn't say anything. He just leaves.
Without the key?
I assume the key's already on the table. We're just arguing about who's paying, so he just puts a silver on the table.
So just figure out who pays, and then you guys go up to the room to discuss things in private.
So Val paid for 1 room. Flux just paid for 2 rooms. So somebody's shelling 5 coppers, and then when we're done.
I'm definitely paying that. Just let me pay for something, please.
Okay, fine. So, just to make sure I have it organized in my head, Val paid for Flux in Val's room. Flux paid for Panama, Lockie, and Cat, and Sasha paid for Sasha and Reina. Okay. Scrap that. Somebody is not paying anything.
Listen.
Let's just let the new guy pay. He wants to.
Flux put a copper down, or a silver down. Val put a silver down. If Sasha needs to throw 5 copper to feel good, they can have a tip. Moving on. I love and hate when we get like this, because we all get so stuck in the minutia. So, you guys are up in the room privately discussing what Astoria left, correct?
Yes.
Alright, Catabasis, take it away.
But once everyone's in and the door is shut, Cat will actually lock the door if it has a lock on it. He hopes it does.
Sure, it does now.
Okay. Yeah, he locks the door once everyone's in there, and then turns to look at the group and pulls out whatever container or bag or object. Val was invited. Like, just Cat would just motion for him to get in anyway. He's at this point, he's just like, we've already just had our own bickering over paying. He may as well just be in this. And so once everybody's in, Cat would bring out the bag or container or whatever and open it and show the party that it's a bag of 100 platinum.
So the unmarked briefcase.
Yeah, basically. And Cat's just standing there and he's like, I don't know what to do with this much. So either we split it evenly or someone else handles it because I don't feel comfortable hauling this around.
Say we split it.
That's a lot of cash.
No kidding. I've been carrying it around a pirate island for the whole day.
Damn, and no one's jumped you yet?
Because I was quiet about it. So
Nice.
let's just divvy this up and sort this out. So if one of us gets jumped, we're not losing everything.
Well, preferably none of us get jumped.
Do I need to remind you that I was already kidnapped?
Well, I feel like that was kind of your fault as well.
Not really. Anyway, let's just split this. And yes, B, we will. Oh my word, burrito. Yeah, we'll count Leo in the pot because he is part of the party still.
Are you gonna count the new guy then?
Cat's gonna look at the others to let them decide.
What did you say, Val?
As I was one of the saved, I don't think it's appropriate for me to get paid to be saved.
All right. Well, if we're counting Leo into it, who's hanging on to a share until we run into him? I could always try
Right.
mailing it to him.
I was gonna say you can mail it to him.
Mail it to him.
As long as he's not
That's-
somewhere too far out of range.
That's right, he did disappear into a book.
The EPS will find him.
They always do.
So how much was it?
100 platinum.
100 platinum.
100 platinum, and then
Yeah.
How many people? So we got Panama, Cat, Flux, Sasha, Lockie, Leo. So 6, right?
Yep. I believe it's 16 platinum and 6 gold per person, but my math might be wrong.
It's 10 to 1, right?
Yeah.
Then yeah, it would be. There's some change in there, but
Send the change to Leo.
yeah,
Maybe
sure.
he can
Well,
use it to
yeah,
pay bail if something bad happens.
there you go. Yeah. We'll send the extra change to Leo. So everyone gets 16 platinum and 6 silver.
Jesus
Alright.
Christ.
And then send a message to Leo for me, please. Burrito.
Yes.
So he can add that.
Yep.
Okay. So then you guys can have any talking scenes overnight. We're gonna be calling game. I know it's about 30 minutes early, but I'm not starting a whole new day. I will wait if you guys want to discuss where to go next and then call game after
I mean, right now I'm just kind of following y'all.
That's a great question. What do we want to do?
What's next on the plan? I joined in partway through this mad adventure, so I can't exactly say one way or the other.
Kind of same.
Oh shit! Really, the only people who were actually here when everything started was Leo and Lockie.
Sasha.
And Sasha.
And
Lockie
and
wasn't
Sasha.
either.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Lockie joined later.
Oh.
So basically, I'm
Sasha.
guessing everybody just looks at Sasha at this point for guidance.
Oh, well, one thing Reina and I have agreed, is that we need to visit home real quick and say goodbye for now, because we do have to finish. New guy, has anyone told you we actually have a quest we're going on?
I figured it had to do with the property.
As it seems right now, I'm here to collect dandelions.
Okay, officially we have to collect a teapot and a teacup and some other things.
Lockie holds up
So
the teapot. Remember, you guys got the teapot. It's the sugar bowl,
so
the cream pitcher, and the cups.
Yes, Asmodeus' tea set.
It's not as tea set. It's Stallone's tea set.
I can see it.
figure we should follow up on that.
We can do that. Yeah. Well, but we should make sure that Raina gets home safely, right?
First, yes.
Are you going to tell them where you're from canonically?
Yeah. I don't remember. It's a backstory thing.
I believe I put it in the chat, so you can just say that you've told them.
Yeah, that one.
You Sir Azel. For those wanting to say it. Which is the northern border city of Eremeria, if you look at the maps. Which I don't expect you guys to. It doesn't quite have a port, but you'll be able to get there. So you now know what direction to be heading in, which is actually, Flux, you would know this knowing what you know. That's about halfway between Tortuga and Dogladir if you end up choosing to go to Dogladir.
Sure.
So, and you guys could always travel by boat or by land to get from one to the other once you get back to the mainland. So, you guys make your plans to find a way to get there tomorrow. You guys head to your separate rooms, which will allow for overnight shenanigans.
Sorry, before they do, can Cat try a sleight of hand to put something in Flux's mailbag? As long as he's not the first one, like, leaving the room.
You're gonna commit mail fraud?
If Flux is the last one out of the room, Cat will try it.
Well, one thing Flux will say, as when we're gearing up to go to bed, Flux will say, "All right, everybody, I have a spell slots, and I do not believe that we're going to be stabbed overnight. Is there any post that you want me to deliver, or I also have sending prepared today? Is there anybody that I've met in previous that you want me to send to?
I need to roll something.
There is a look at Cat, but
Face goes pink. And he reaches up and tugs his hood down right away to try and hide it. Because that was a 3 on the wisdom save for a total of 5.
mm-hmm.
Not wisdom, sorry, charisma. So Cat is very blatantly trying to hide that his face went red, and he doesn't speak.
Anybody sending?
Cat
No, I'm
very
good.
awkwardly makes a small gesture with his hand, but then hides it under his cloak again.
Flux is going to take a note of that, but he's not going to out him like right in front of everybody. Oh, I have an idea. Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. I was kind of not in my right mind when it happened, but that was a dragon, yes?
That was indeed a dragon.
Yes.
There's almost like a coy look that flashes across Flux's face. Do you want me to send a message?
Yes.
All right, DM. I'd like to cast Ascending.
Who are you casting Ascending to?
The dragon.
Oh?
Yes.
Okay.
So the sending goes, hello.
That's it?
Hang on.
There's a process to this.
Yeah, there is a process.
Don't just Laura Bailey it.
Ted's a lot better at this than Flux is. Hello. We recently resolved an issue in the woods involving your petrification. That's one word. Just checking in, making sure you're okay. Would you provide a statement, please? 25.
I find myself in acceptable condition. Thank you. That's all you get back.
Flux just turns to the party. The dragon's fine.
Oh, wonderful. At least they were nice about it.
Alright. So is Cat still gonna try and sleight a hand into Flux's bag?
No, he at this point he's probably wildly aware that Flux is onto him.
We're gonna circle back to that in just a minute. I have to dip out for just a minute.
So Sasha and Reina go to their room with hot chocolate. I don't know why, I just decided that. I'm sorry. Sasha, is that acceptable?
I think, yeah, sure. Whatever. Ship to your heart's content.
They will.
Dusty, you're breaking up.
I figured. If I could, I would like to knock on their door.
Okay. Sasha, you're getting a knock on your door.
I open it.
He's in transit right now, so.
Okay.
I just got home, so my phone's kind of hopping.
I open it preemptively and see Flux walking down the hall, glitching slightly.
Alright, so
If you were amenable to it, I would like to discuss something with you, companion.
Yes.
May I come in?
Yes, come in.
Val's going to close the door behind him. So I know we don't know each other yet, and I'm still new. But if there is, well, sorry, thank you. It seems your companion's path forward is kind of foggy. I do have a proposition that could be beneficial to both of us.
Well, do tell.
I have family in the town of Owakun, and she may be in need of a caretaker. It would be a way for your companion to earn some money as well as to stay.
I look to Reyna. What does she think?
She will be compensated for her time, and if you two plan to make a life for yourselves afterwards, it could be a nice start. Money put away.
I mean, that's not that far, that's just down the border.
That's true. What kind of care does she need?
She's getting older in her years. In full transparency, she is recovering from the blight, so she has doctors who look in on her every once in a while, but I feel more comfortable. There is a spare room, so she would have board while she was there as well.
Well, it's not like I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
I could get us some money then, besides whatever you get from adventuring. And then
Yeah,
maybe we could get a house right away when you're done.
that would be amazing.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think that's a good idea.
All right. Well, if you're on board, I'm on board.
Perfect.
I'm going to pull out a little pouch. It has 25 gold in it. I'm going to kind of put it on a nightstand. Small stipend to get yourself settled. Well, when you head there. Or we drop you off, one of the two.
I couldn't, honestly. No, you don't have to do this.
I make intention of taking the money. That's all I had, really. You sleep well. Have a nice night. And I'm going to turn to leave.
I let him?
I then go to my room with Flux.
Okay. Well, that might as well happen.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
So, alright, then I will call game and we will be starting the next session the morning of tomorrow 17th. And yeah, waking up on Tortuga. Much different than the last time the players have found themselves there.
Joke's on you, I've never been here before.
This is true.
Now you have.
Yeah.
So I'll